It's Ron Brown with Tech for Seniors. Today we're going to talk about mopping with the Braava Jet 240. Now you remember the like and subscribe. If you like this video, please click the like, and if you want to see more like this, please subscribe. Let's get on with the show. Now, a goal at Tech for Seniors has always been to help seniors live independently. In order to do that, though, there are 4 things that must occur. First of all, you must have access to health care and be able to follow it. You need to do shopping and purchase food. You might want to watch the video, Let's Go Shopping I've done. I'll leave a link up top. Also, you'll need to be able to perform personal care and, of course, clean your own home. And that's what we're going to talk about today. Now, what are some of the obstacles to keeping your house clean? Well, obviously, there's financial. Can you afford a housekeeper? Do you want the housekeeper in your home in this time of COVID? Do you trust that extra person? Maybe we can use technology to help keep your home clean. You may have mobility issues. You may not be able to get down and get the vacuum under the bed. What about problems with your vision? If you can't see, how do you know if things are clean? That can be very difficult. And oh my gosh, if you can't remember to do things because you're having a little trouble with your memory, that also can be a barrier to keeping your house clean. So can technology provide a solution for this dilemma? And let's have a look at that today. Now, in cleaning your house, there are 2 parts. Of course, you have carpet and you have floors which need to be vacuumed. This isn't really a video about vacuuming your home. Today I want to talk about washing the floors. Difficult task if you have to get down on your knees and wash them. So let's see if technology can help us. Now, the traditional way, and the one that we've always done, is we have a steam mop, as you can see on the right side. But today I want to look at some of the technologies that are available for you that will help you do this, such as the vacuums will. Now, yes, there are vacuums, robotic vacuums, that do both. They vacuum and they wash the floors. Pretty cool. But these are dual function machines, and they're often very expensive. And the reason for this is they require 2 extra features that robotic vacuums usually don't have, and that is they need a water reservoir, and then they need a mop attachment to be placed on the bottom of the machine. This adds complexity and often makes these devices over $1,000. So, do you have to spend all that money, and does it work any better than a steam mop? Well, let's have a look at that. So the one I purchased was called the Braava Jet 200 by iRobot. It was $170 US. Now, the Braava Jet 200 is inexpensive, only cost $170. It has a precision spray and has 3 types of sweeping. It can do a wet, it can do a damp, or a dry sweep. And I'll explain that in just a minute. Now, where I got a lot of my information for this presentation was a YouTube site called Vacuum Wars. And this is an excellent site. They do quality testing, and they test a lot of vacuums and have standardized testing. And if you are interested in this area, I would encourage you to go to that site, and I'll leave a link in the show notes. Excellent, excellent presentations. They recommended that a single-purpose unit works better, and that's the way I went. Rather than getting a vacuum mopping combination, they said it's cheaper, and they work better, and they're much simpler. Now, in the iRobot line, there are 2 models. There's the M240, and that's the $170 version. That's the one that I bought. And then there's the M6, which is $450. Now, what is the difference between the 2? Well, functionally, they do essentially the same thing, but the M6 has more advanced navigation. It has LiDAR and more sensors on it. For a lot of reasons that we're going to talk about, that's really not necessary. And the $170 version cleans just as well. So their recommendation was buy the Braava Jet 240, which I did. Now, let's look at the unit. First of all, this has a rechargeable battery, but it doesn't go back to the dock. So yes, you have to take the battery out. It clips in a charger and you charge it up. Lasts about an hour and a half, which is plenty. This unit then requires you to fill it with water. I would recommend using distilled water. It really doesn't take much water to fill it up. So distilled water would be the best. There are 3 cleaning pads that you can use with this mopping vacuum. On the left, you'll see what we call the wet. In the middle, you'll have the damp, and on the right side, you just have a dry duster. So on the left with the wet, there is 2 passes and 2 sprays of water. So the floor is much wetter. With the center one, there's 1 spray, not quite as wet, and there is no water with just the dusting. And you have your choice between these 3 pads. They're disposable and certainly interchangeable. Now, connecting the pads is easy. There's a cardboard plate on the back of them, and they are coated. So that's how the mop knows what it's going to do. And remember, you have 3 choices. You can use the wet mop, which of course has 2 passes with a spray, so it's wetter. Or you can use a damp mop. It has 1 pass with a spray. It's faster because it doesn't have to go over the same area twice. And then you just have the dry mop, which is like a duster. So that's easy to slide these on. They do make these in washable, reusable ones. So far, all as I have tested is the disposable ones, and they are about $1 a piece. Let's see how easy this is. You fill it up with water, put a pad on the bottom, and carry it to the floor with the handle, closing it. One push of the button to activate it, 1 push of the button to start it, then pick it up when it's finished. A unique feature and one that makes this unit so successful is the vibrating head. Watch the head of the mop again as I start it, and you'll be able to see the vibrating head. This makes the cleaning outstanding. So, what's my experience in the past 2 days? Well, my wife's delighted. I'm running around cleaning the bathroom floors. She couldn't be happier. Well, the first thing is the floors must be clean of debris. Because remember, this is a mop. So it's just going to push large chunks of dirt around. So you probably should run a vacuum over the floors first. The second thing is this unit is extremely quiet. But it does take a lot of time. So in our large kitchen area, it would take about an hour to do. So it could be used very effectively running it overnight. You can't hear it. It's very, very quiet. And I think it would be a good thing. The smaller areas, such as the bathrooms, no problem. Just do it. It stops when it's finished. You can just take it and move it to another room. So it's great for bathrooms because it gets down and it cleans in smaller places. The physical size of this is actually quite a bit smaller than our iRobot vacuum. It's maybe about half the size. So it gets in and around the toilet and cleans all the floor quite well. The pads, of course, are disposable. I've only tested the disposable pads, but you can buy reusable pads to be washed out and reused. The last thing is they do provide a cleaning solution. So far, I've used just distilled water in mine, but I've only had it for a few days. I have cleaning solution on the way, and we'll see if that makes a difference. But so far, I've been very happy with using the distilled water. I think this is an inexpensive way of keeping your floors clean and certainly will help seniors stay in their homes longer. It's Ron Brown with Tech for Seniors. Remember, click the like and subscribe, and we'll see you for the next video.